welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about some of the conditions that people with cerebral palsy are prone to on top of their cerebral palsy. Because apparently when I was researching cerebral palsy the other night, I found out that cerebral palsy isn't actually a condition, it's a disorder. So it's not actually a disease or anything like that. So that was kind of interesting to me. So hold on, I'm scooting you guys back. I'm so sorry. I had to do my own setup today. My husband went to bed early. He was a little under the weather, so he took the youngest and went to bed. I have the oldest up with me. And we couldn't find my normal setup of things. Sorry, my hair is driving me nuts. I usually have it shorter than this. It's really pretty long for me at this point. But I wanted to talk about some of the conditions that people with CP are prone to have. Respiratory issues. We're prone to having bronchitis, pneumonia, aspiration, RSD, which is respiratory distress, asthma, allergies, a lot of that kind of stuff with the upper respiratory tract. For hearing problems, we're more likely to need our ears irrigated to hear better because we have a buildup of wax or we can't clean our ears. Vision problems, we're more likely to need glasses. Contacts, things like that. We're more likely to have a condition that leads us to need that sort of equipment for that stuff. I know, like me, osteoarthritis, I have that. Later in life, it's about 5 times more likely to turn into degenerative arthritis. We can aspirate, we can choke, throat dysplasia, which means we cough or gag on certain foods. I call it textorial issues because I have a lot of issues with with certain types of cheese. I choke on popcorn, almonds. I choke on my drinks. Sometimes I forget how to swallow. Of course, I quickly remember, but I have been lucky not to need a feeding tube, not to need glasses, not to need pretty much anything except for my wheelchair, my AFOs, my walker when I had one, and my incontinence supplies. We're more prone to incontinence, bowel issues, constipation, due to not moving around a lot. If this happens to you, increase your water intake, and that should help you, along with some high fiber stuff. I know from experience, I have to do this. Sometimes it takes me a good month to get in a regularity pattern. We're more likely to have hygiene issues just because it's hard for us to do what we need to do. We're more likely to have teeth decay, which I'll show you something here in a minute. We're more likely to end up having skin ulcers. Bed sores is what they call them, due to we're not able to relieve pressure. It's just a whole bunch of other conditions on top of cerebral palsy and all the cerebral palsy stuff that we have to deal with. And it's just... it's just now you've got to deal with that too. Back to what I was saying about what I was going to show you. Speaking of oral hygiene, stop. Sorry, that little camera movement was my daughter. I still have her up with me. Speaking of what I was saying about oral hygiene, excuse the face, but my teeth are broken down. A lot of that is from CP. A lot of it's from my extended Coca-Cola, sugary drink, infrequent brushing of teeth, I'm gonna be honest. Then we're more likely to have tachycardia, autonomic dysreflexia, which don't ask me to explain that. It's kind of hard to explain it. But I do have both. I am on heart medicine. I am on muscle relaxers, which my pump is in my stomach. Don't mind her. She's counting change on the floor. You know, there's just a lot of stuff that we're prone to that other people are not because of our CP. One of the most common being is skin ulcers because of us being unable to relieve pressure on the certain areas because we're sitting in our wheelchairs or our mobility aids all day trying to live a normal life. So that's just some of what we're prone to. There's more. You know, seizures. There's several different types of seizures that if we didn't get when we were up to 2 years old, we'd most likely never get them. I never got them, so I've been very, very fortunate. I'm one of the people with CP that I thank my lucky stars. I haven't had to go through what many people with CP have. So that's just a rundown of a lot of the common issues we're prone to. If you want to see more like this video, run that like button over. If you want to subscribe, click the bell to make sure you're getting every single notification. With that being said, I'll leave you with that. Good night, guys. Stay beautiful. Bye.